Hey guys, and how's it going? Maniac Mower here. I'm thinking about starting a new series on the channel on identifying your tractors, round fenders versus square fenders versus the 200 series tractors, 110s, 112s, and then also the 110 and 112 round fenders and the 210s, 212s, 216s. 210, 212, 214, 216, also the 208s and the 200s. So let's go on ahead and let's get started on this. There is a fellow YouTuber out there, he actually explains this a lot better than I do. He's got a series on round fenders, everything about round fenders, how to identify them. I found out about his YouTube channel after he subscribed to my YouTube channel. I watched a few of his videos and thought they were really cool, so I subscribed to him. His name on YouTube is MMR Beef. If I'm correct, I'll put a link to it in the description, his round fender series. But he goes on and he talks about the round fenders, the differences between years, makes, and models, and he talks about them having manual lift, hydraulic lift, and the lights and the tires and serial number decodings and also all that. So go check his YouTube channel out. He does a lot better. He explains a lot better about them than I could. So let me go on ahead and I'll tell you guys what I know about the round fenders, and then there's no other videos that I've seen on the square fenders, decoding them, and the 200 series. So I'm going to do a video series on that, and we're going to start with the round fender. This is probably going to be the only video that I do on the round fender. So maybe I will make another one. You guys are probably sitting there going, get to the point. Let's go on ahead and get into it, and I'll tell you guys what I know about the round fenders. Okay, class, welcome to Round Fenders School. I'm not sure how many videos are going to be in each series. I might just do one video for the round fender, and maybe I might make another video on the round fenders, but this is just going to be a little round fender series. I'm not going to copy the other series. You guys could go check his MM Beef out. He did a round fender series like I talked about. Okay, so the first year they made the round fenders, they started in '62, but they said they were made in '63. That was the first official year John Deere started making their lawnmowers. The first ever riding mower from John Deere, if I'm correct, was the round fender. This is a round fender. The differences between a round fender is kind of simple. The round fenders have round fenders and the square fenders have square fenders. Simple enough. So 63, when they first started making the round fenders, they were only a 3-bolt hub. It was a shape of a triangle almost, and it didn't have these 2 bolts. It was only a 3-bolt hub. Why, I don't know. I guess that's all they needed at the time, but they did have 5 bolt holes in the hub, or in the rim. Okay, so here is your gear shifter. I did not specify this, but 63/62 through 65, maybe 64, they had the 3-bolt hubs on the round fenders. In 64, in 63, there was a year, I think 65, they had fiberglass fenders on them. The fenders were fiberglass instead of metal. That was only lasting a year because when people got up, they'd push on the fender and it'd crack. And then you'd have to get new fenders. As far as I'm aware, they do not make replacement fenders for them anymore. So they're kind of rare now, and a lot less people have them. There are some 65s that people took the fenders off of and put metal fenders on. 63, 64, and 65, if I'm correct, had the 3-speed transmission. This right here would be first, second, third, reverse. Actually, this was reverse. This was reverse, third, second, first, right? I think so. I think I'm correct. I'd have to look. On the 63, 64 did not have a cover. If they had a 3-speed transmission, they did not have a cover. This cover didn't exist. This is only a fiberglass cover. This was only on the transmissions that had 4 speeds. The only 4-speed transmissions, which was 66 and 67. I don't think they had a 4-speed in 65. They probably switched over to it sometime in 65. In 67, 66, it was the 5-bolt hub, like what we have today on this tractor. All of the round fenders, no matter what year they were, had a yellow pan seat. I think some of the pan seats were different than others, but they may have all been like this. The manual lift had this lever right here. This is for your deck lift and also your sleeve hitch, or even the snow plow. They did make snow plows and snow blowers and tillers and all that for them, sleeve hitches. And then they also made the hydraulic lift. I do not have a hydraulic lift, unfortunately, but on the hydraulic lift there was a lever that came all the way out to here. It was actually a little lever that went to the pump and came back. You could push, lift up to go down, or push down to go up. In 60, all the round fenders had a small steering wheel. This actually inside is metal. And this right here is different than the square fenders. The round fenders had a bigger steering wheel cap with the 4-legged Deere on them than the old newer square fenders did. This right here would be a cigarette lighter where this plug is. This is a light switch right there where that plug is. This is your choke right here. This is your throttle. I'm not going to get into adjusting the variator on this because that's a pain in the ass, and I don't really know how to do it on the round fenders. This right here, going down, this right here is your parking brake. That's what sets your parking brake. This right here is your deck height adjustment. I don't think all the round fender years had that. I think that was added on later in the round fenders. They had a generator light right here in 67. I don't know if they had a generator light on the older round fenders, but they did have a generator light in 67. Moving on to the engine. Now, I know you guys know this engine is not factory. 67 or 63, all the round fenders. In 63, when they first did the round fenders, the 110s had an 8-horse Kohler. This right here is an 8-horse Kohler. In the 112s, they had a 10-horse Tecumseh. This had a 10-horse Tecumseh on it. I got rid of it. The 10-horse Tecumsehs are all junk. I have never had good luck with the Tecumseh, so I swapped it for a Kohler. This is an 8-horse Kohler right here. The biggest engine you could get on these was an 8-horse Kohler or a 10-horse Tecumseh. Those were the only engines I'm aware of you could get on a round fender. They had a generator right here. This has a starter and a stator. It does not have a generator on it. There's a pulley that's supposed to mount right here for the generator and a cover that goes up here. I do not have that cover, and I do not have either a pulley on here. I do have another engine that has a generator on it. I am going to be putting on here in the future. The 8 horses had this style of, the only thing that is the same on the 110s and 112s engine wise is this air filter cover. The 110s and 112s both had an elbow on their air filter. This is actually off of 8 and 10 horse Tecumseh, come to think of it. So that's the exact same. Those will bolt on to either the Kohlers or Tecumseh. You could also put this carburetor for the Kohler onto the Tecumseh if you wanted to. I've seen it done before. 10 horse Tecumsehs had points, coil, and condenser. They also did solid state on the Tecumsehs. On the Round Fenders, Kohlers, on the Round Fenders, the 8 horse Kohlers only had points, coil, and condenser, as far as I know. They could have had solid state ignition on them, but at the same time I don't think they did. What else do I want to show? Headlights. These are not factory headlights. These are not factory headlights. The headlights that were on the Round Fenders had an arm that came off here. The wires went through the arm right here and into the headlights. This is about where the headlights would set on the Round Fenders, is back a little bit away from the front of the hood. If you see a Round Fender that has a hood as a headlight on the hood support, that is wrong. That's not factory. This is not factory, but if it's in this spot on the hood, it is factory. There is one on the other side as well. Now, even if it's in that spot, it could possibly not be factory. I have never seen a set of factory headlights on a Round Fender, so I can't tell you, honest to God, what they look like. The rear lights on the Round Fender were mounted on this side on the fender. This is not a factory tail light either. The factory tail light came off underneath right there, like this does, all except for it was little and it had a little light on it, and that was it. The wire went down through and it grounded to the fender. This one grounds to the fender as well, but I have a wire running down to the ground. On the Round Fenders, I think that pretty well covers it. Oh, the front grille on the Round Fender is bigger than the one is on the square fender because there are not headlights right here. If there were headlights right here, this would be a smaller grille. So these have a bigger grille. The mower deck mounts to a plate that comes off of here. I think it's called a draft plate, and it hangs down for the mower deck to hook up. Mufflers on the 10 horse Tecumsehs and the 8 horse Kohlers were different. This has the Tecumseh muffler on it. A Kohler muffler was like this, except for it went back and bolted right to the engine. This has a pipe in between it and the engine, and it had a hole down here on bottom that came out, and that was where your exhaust gases went out. What all do you guys see? I need to bring my camera down a little bit. Okay, Round Fenders. This right here is your PTO. This is your PTO. This cover right here is rare. This covers up the pulley on your engine that goes down to the PTO, or this cover can be flipped around for a snow blower that goes on the front, generator, or air compressor. Those are rare. Those are rare attachments you can get as well. And then this cover goes on. This goes down to the mower deck. This right here is your mule drive. Down here, this pulley that I'm spinning. Oh, you guys can't see it. This is rare, or this is your mule drive right here. This is a tensioner. This pulley right here is a tensioner. I have it a little bit tight. That's why it's not spinning very easy. But there is a belt. I don't have it. It goes over here. This is your tension. This is where you set your belt tension. This is PTO is engaged. Now the PTO is disengaged. Engaged, disengaged. This slides on this pin right here, and it slides on this pin right here. I don't have a mower deck. I don't have a snow plow. I do have a snow blower. And I do not have a sleeve hitch, tiller, or lift linkage, unfortunately, for this tractor. So I think that covers it up for the Round Fenders. Oh, the Round Fenders had a thin shaft for the front tires on them, the exact same size as what the early square fenders had on them as well, up to 72. 72 had a bigger axle shaft to them. As far as I know, these were actually prone to breaking. I've been told that. At the same time, I've been told they're not prone to breaking. I think I'm going to go on ahead and end this video right here. We've pretty much talked about the engine, the transmission, and everything. I am going to take you underneath the tractor in the next video, and I'm going to show you what everything under there looks like. Let me know if you want to see this continued. If you don't, I won't do that. I do want to make a video though on the square fenders, and I think in the next video I will tell you guys how much this tractor's worth running, not running, and a few other things about it. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want to see this series continued. If you don't, no offense. I won't take any offense to it. Let me know. I do want to do a video series on the square fenders and the 200 series though. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.